I don't have a flash.
Whatever you say.
Can you sit closer?
Whatever you say.
Got more room on the side. Either way, yes, sir. Big call. What do you guys say? We own the park, so.
Let me say that today, as a member of the Occupying for Justice family, I stand with you today. You represent the best in America.
Yeah.
You are,
All right. Amen.
you are our nation's conscience. You are the canary in the mine that gives us a sense of the pain and danger in the mine down below. Dr. King's last act on earth to occupy, but to organize an Occupy movement. He organized on his last birth date a poor people's campaign, put together Appalachian whites, Native Americans, African Americans, Latinos, Jewish allies, labor, to march to Washington, to occupy the mall, to challenge our nation to choose the war on poverty at home and heal, and not the war in Vietnam and kill, to make a choice between the peace and war. He argued too few people had too much, and too many had virtually nothing. And there were more and more wars that we had approached moral and spiritual bankruptcy. Here we are tonight, you are representing the voices of the unheard. Today we have extreme concentration of wealth built upon government subsidy, and great borders of poverty based upon government neglect, and jobs leaving as plants are closing, and wars expanding. You are that voice that will not go away. This issue is not what you occupy downtown or not. You occupy the conscience of a nation. You are America's unfinished business. You are the crack in the Liberty Bell. You represent that something that must be addressed, that we are to become a great and a better nation. Why are we occupying around the nation? Some hospitals, because people who are poor cannot get medical care. Those on Medicaid are being turned away. Why do we occupy? There are 44 million Americans, 44 million on food stamps. Why do we occupy? 49 million Americans, 49 million in poverty. Why do we occupy? 52 million Americans are facing food insecurity. Why do we occupy? Student loan debt greater than credit card debt.
Why do we
Banks
occupy?
obstructing access to education. Youth with good minds can't apply to school. Others get to school and can't stay, can't afford it. Others come out with a guaranteed debt without a guaranteed job, and go back home and cannot build a family lives. It's time for a fundamental change. Too few have been given too much, too many neglected. The very wealthy are living on the deck of the ship or in the cabins. Others in the hold of the ship. The hull keeps growing. Somehow the spirit of Lyndon Baines Johnson must be resurrected again. A war on poverty. Not a war on the poor. A war on poverty. Not a war on the poor. We want the work. We need the work. But plants are closing and jobs leaving. Where are the jobs? We've globalized capital.
Yeah, that's true.
Not globalizing human rights. And workers' rights. And women's rights. And children's rights. And environmental security. When the banks, through their greed, use their power to circumvent the Community Reinvestment Act, use their power, engage in subprime lending, predatory schemes. We bail out the banks with zero interest money without linking it to lending to the reinvestment. Therefore, home foreclosure rising. The real occupiers are those who are living in neighborhoods tonight with boards where it used to be window panes. Boarded up neighborhoods, driving working folk into poverty, taking away the city's tax base. We bailed out the banks and left out the people. Bailed them out. Tax cuts for the very wealthy. Job cuts for working people. we are laying off teachers
Yeah.
and police and firemen.
Right.
As if those police, teachers, and firemen are the cause of our economic crisis. Where did the money go?
Yeah. Yeah. Where you go?
$1 to $3 trillion in the war in Iraq, the wrong target.
Yeah.
What does $1 trillion do today? Bail out every state government.
That's it.